All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Going pretty well. Not too bad. Well, my picks didn't do real good last night.
I had a pretty good night last night on the picks.
Stunk it up pretty good.
Pretty good national championship game. Michigan pretty much controlled most of that game. And basically what I had said I thought they had to do to win that game was I thought they would run the ball, try to keep Penix on the sideline some, which they ran for like 300 yards, but their defensive line was able to get I think they only got one sack, but if you watch that game, they had Penix under pressure and a little shook pretty much all night. He couldn't get any kind of rhythm or didn't have very many clean pockets at all, and they'd done it a lot with just not even blitzing with just four. And I had said whoever could win if they could win that line of scrimmage, and but no, Michigan was impressive.
Well, I think that was the best defense that Washington played all year was Michigan's. So they play a different style of football in a different league. Well, now they're going to be in the Big Ten, so we'll see how that goes. But Washington had a great year. Phoenix had a great year. But I think Michigan was just a little bit better team.
Yeah, Penix definitely didn't look the same last night as he did against Texas. He was he was able to get comfortable against Texas, where he was never comfortable in the pocket against Michigan last night at all. And then he was banged up some during that game, was grabbing his ribs. After a shot he had took, but yeah, Michigan came out was physical and. I thought Michigan would win the game. After seeing Washington against Texas, I did give Texas more of a chance than Washington more of a chance than I was before watching that game because Penix really sold me on that game. But yeah, Michigan was just too physical, and that Washington defense couldn't stop that run. But Michigan controlled both line of scrimmages, and
they did.
And usually, when you do that, you're going to. But even when Michigan controlled the line of scrimmage, like I did, it was still. It was still a pretty close game until you got into the fourth quarter, and then you had the interception and everything that kind of blew the game open. But it was a 7-point game going into the fourth quarter, so even with Michigan being pretty dominant, it wasn't like they were just. You know what I mean? Washington was able to stay in the game, and then there in the fourth quarter, just the wheels kind of fell off of it.
What do you think? You think Harbaugh stays, or he going to the NFL, or it just depends on the offers?
I think he's going to the NFL. I think he's going to chase after a Super Bowl now.
what NFL teams you think are going to go after him? Probably the Chargers, maybe the Raiders.
I think
Bears?
Chargers, Raiders. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington interviews him, or at least reaches out to him. You would think Tennessee would probably reach out to him since they fired Vrabel today. If you have a coach opening, I'd reach out to him, at least see if he would even talk to you.
Yeah.
I think he's going to end up with the Chargers because of just the situation there. I think he could walk in there and turn that around pretty quick with the quarterback situation. I could see maybe the Raiders.
I heard a rumor the Raiders and he drafts McCarthy.
Or McCarthy.
Excuse me. I heard that rumor. You know how that goes. But I mean, I'm not saying.
I don't know how that McCarthy is going to translate to the NFL. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's pretty good. I'm not, but and he made some big plays last night. A couple big plays with his legs as well. So I mean, but Corum and Edwards was running everywhere. But like again, it goes back to that offensive line played outstanding last night for Michigan, and the Michigan defensive line had a good night. In my picks, I went 6-2.
I went 3-5, so not real good.
Actually, it's the best day I've had for the start of this new year. Went 6-2. I had Michigan at the -4.5. Of course, that covered. I was 1-1 in the NBA, 2-0 in college basketball, and 2-1 in hockey.
Yeah, I was 1-3 in hockey and 1-2 in NBA, and I got my college pick right.
All right, tonight we have some NBA games, some hockey, and some college basketball. It's basically all we have until this weekend.
What do you think about the Halliburton injury?
Sucks. It sounds like I haven't heard anything from the MRI today yet, but it sounds like he only might miss a couple weeks or so.
Heard there'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks.
Might only miss a few weeks, so that it's better than from what it looked like. He slipped on the court.
Level 1 sprain or something like that. And they said be reevaluated in 2 weeks. But can they do better than they did the last time? The last time when he missed, they went on a 10, 12 game losing streak.
I think they can because I think they're deeper this year. They were able. I mean, he left in the second quarter of that game last night. And they were still able to get the win in that game. So they're gonna have to weather the storm. Hopefully, he's only out maybe 2-3 weeks or something. If you can weather that storm, because they've been playing a little bit. We're playing pretty good going to that in-season tournament, and then they came out of it and kind of.
Yep.
But here last week or so, they've been starting to play more like they were before that in-season tournament. So it sucks for Halliburton to get hurt.
Well, last time, not only did they really nosedive when he went out, lost 10, 11 games in a row, they never really got back on track when he came back. So that's kind of worry, that they don't have a nosedive and they can get back on track. I agree with you. I think they're a better team than they were last year. So I think they will. So we'll see.
Well, plus, we got to avoid what we did last year, too, was it seemed like Halliburton got hurt, and then when he was coming back, we had Turner out. Or it was like after that, we could never get everybody back in together and get in a rhythm. So hopefully everybody else can stay healthy and we don't start that where we keep having a couple guys out. That hurt us a lot last year.
We lost another NFL coach today.
A lot of people think he might end up in New England if they move on from Belichick.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: if you're New England, are you one of them teams that say, "Hey, Harbaugh, we're going to reach out to Harbaugh too"?
I would. If you're going to move on from Belichick, I'd check up on Harbaugh, see if he has any interest. And hell, he might rather stay over toward the East Coast than maybe going out all the way out west somewhere. I mean, I don't know. His brother's in Baltimore. I'm not sure where the rest of his family lives and stuff.
Yeah.
I know his brother was at the game last night. Tom Crean Yep, was there last night. There's been a lot of coaching success in that family.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But yeah, I think Harbaugh's going to go for. I think he's going to go try to get a Super Bowl now because that's the only thing he hasn't done really in coaching. He took a team to the Super Bowl, but it got beat by his brother. So I'm sure he's wanting to try to get back to that because especially now that he's won the national championship in college. So.
Yeah.
And the college coaching lifestyle has changed too, even more with this, with them adding the early signing period, and then with the transfer portal and everything. These guys don't get these college coaches with recruiting and everything else. They don't get hardly no time off. I mean, yeah, the season just ended today, and they're already getting ready to go on some more on more recruiting trips and shit to try to fill their team out. So I mean. Where if you go to like the NFL, you have some of that downtime where you don't have much downtime in college football as a coach. Because hell, like Nick Saban was, him and his coach that was out on recruiting trips during that 2 week break that you had before the bowl games. Like that first week, they were out doing that. So I mean, you're trying to get a team ready for playoff game, and you're out recruiting. So I mean, it's a crazy schedule compared to NFL. And don't get me wrong, them NFL coaches spend a lot of time, but you do get at least a downtime in the off season where you don't have to worry about recruiting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, NBA tonight. I had a couple picks. I'm gonna go with the Orlando Magic at home at the +5.5 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I'm going with the Dallas Mavericks at the -8 at home against the Memphis Grizzlies, who lost Grizzlies lost Ja Morant for the season last night.
Yeah, I seen that.
Or yesterday. Just got back, played like 9 games after his suspension. Now he's done for the season. But that's going to be my 2 NBA picks: Magic +5.5 at home, and Mavs -8 at home.
Okay, my NBA picks for tonight. I'm gonna take Memphis at Dallas. I'm gonna take Dallas -8. I got Toronto and the Lakers. I'm gonna take the Lakers -5, and then I got Minnesota and Atlanta, and I got Orlando, excuse me, and I got Orlando +5.5.
All right. See, college basketball tonight. I'm gonna go Houston -2.5 on the road at Iowa State. Purdue -7.5 on the road at Nebraska. Auburn -7.5 at home against Texas A&M, and Colorado State -1.5 on the road at Boise State.
Okay, college basketball for tonight. I've got Ohio at Bowling Green. I've got Bowling Green money line. I got VCU at George Mason. I got George Mason money line, and I got Kansas State money line at West Virginia.
All right, NHL tonight. I'm taking the Sabres money line at home, Lightning at home on the money line, Islanders at home on the money line, and the Bruins on the road on the money line.
Okay, my NHL picks for tonight. I got Columbus at Winnipeg. I'll take Winnipeg money line. I got Florida money line at the St. Louis Blues, and I got Boston money line at Arizona. That's my NHL picks for tonight.
All right, that's pretty much all the games. Did you have anything else for today?
No, I think I'm good to go.
Had a good day yesterday. I was 6-2. That put me at 27-22 on the year so far. Had a good year last year. I was over like 100, close to 170 games, over 500. 27-22 so far this year. Hope I have another good night tonight. Kind of gets in the. I like Winters football.
Yeah, I'm 25-20 right now.
Like Winters football or baseball. I like baseball, picking the baseball too. But I don't know. Basketball seems NBA and college. NBA because You just a lot of times you don't know who's going to play, and if they are playing, how much effort they're putting out. And in college, there's just so many damn teams. It's hard, and with the transfer portal and players changing all the time, it's hard to keep track of where players are at, who's good, who's not good, how good is this team. A little bit of different landscape than it used to be. But all right, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well. If you missed Gonzo's Wrestling Room last night, go check it out. You can find it on YouTube and Facebook at Gonzo Sports Room. We'll be back tomorrow right around 3 o'clock with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Have a good night.